morning, everyone. We are back down in the southwest here. I'm just leaving Essex, headed to the southeast corner of Leamington. We're getting to do our Claas Fendt comparison today, even though it's not really going to be a fair comparison. Met this farm, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. They bought a Joker from me, and they've got a 8800 Claas combine, and offered to let them try the Fendt out today, and he said yes. So we're running a Class 8 Fendt with a 40-foot razor on it, as you know from yesterday's video. The 8800 is a Class 10, so it's a monster compared to this machine, and they've got a 45-foot MacDon draper on the front of it. So we're definitely not aiming to do speed comparisons or anything like that at all, but it's more of a, okay, this is how this combine works, this is how this combine works. So that's going to be the plan. I have a couple small little things that I wanted service guys to look at on Ideal 8. So it's still at the field where we finished last night. They're going to run out and take a peek at that and see what they can figure out on the couple little glitches. I'm pulling the wagon, as you can see behind me here, with the Geringhoff on it. We'll get it over to the field, and then Pat, the other sales rep that helps me out down this way, he's going to come pick me up so that my truck can stay at the field. So I just figured I might as well be moving stuff and doing that while we're waiting for the service guys. They're going to be there in 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So yeah, so I'm headed there now, and we'll show you more when we pull in the field. Okay, so we got the header moved over to the field and got back, and the guys were just finishing up doing the couple little things that we needed to do to the combine. I've got a speed dispenser that's actually not working properly on the clean grain elevator, but we've got one at the shop, so they're just going to meet me at the field where we're headed to for the demo. So I took off with the combine. We've got about, I don't know, 55 minutes, an hour-ish to get over there. Biggest problem, and I'm not used to it because I've been spoiled basically for the last 10-12 years of having tracks on Claas combines. I'm driving the dualed up combine over here, and I'm on really narrow back roads until I can get up to highway number 3, and I have to keep slowing up and stopping and dodging mailboxes and cars, and I'm just not used to it. And the guys that are running these other colored combines that are on duals, props to you, because I like my tracks and I like being narrow and not having to do this. So it sucks. But something on another note with this. So today, where we're headed to is on the southeast corner of Leamington. Sorry, I've got chaff in my face here from cleaning before we left. Anyways, it's on the northeast corner of Leamington, and like I said before, this customer has a Lexion 8800 that I sold to them 4.5 years ago, 5 years ago. And the funny story was, when I showed up to do the demo, they live on the corner of a road that I recognized, and they started asking me questions, and there's a noble lane in Leamington that's named after my great-grandfather. He lived down here, he farmed. My grandfather was the one who did all the boilers and everything at the Heinz factory here in Leamington. So the noble name has been around Leamington for years. Well, it turns out that the gentleman that my friend that's now running this farm is getting this from, he bought my great-grandfather's farm. They are actually running my great-grandfather's farm as part of their operation. So really small world, really cool, and I really enjoy working with these guys, and I hope that we have a really good demo today and they get to see something that's just a little different than what they've got. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Well, this is awesome. Decided that they were going to load on the road rather than putting it back into the driveway like they probably should have. Nobody can get past it. We got cars lined up behind me, myself, cars on the other side. Nobody can go anywhere because of this guy. So it is mid-afternoon, and I apologize I didn't do any more recording here. It's been a fun gong show here this afternoon. So we've got two machines running. We've got the Lexion running over on the far side over here, and we've got the Ideal running here on this side. We've had speed, acres per hour. We've done loss checks. We've done all sorts of stuff on it today just to see how things were and how much fun we could have with it. So it takes up so much time, and I forget to bring the camera out sometimes, which is the problem. But nonetheless, the good old Ideal here is rocking away. We're running 3 to 3.2, somewhere in that neighborhood. We're not running it based off of the engine load. We've got lots of space. I could probably get it up to 4.5. But as you can see here, they're taking as much straw as possible. So I'm running it more on losses than I am on the actual engine load and what the combine can do. So this is a windrow out of the Ideal. Very poofy, nice narrow windrow. And I'll pop back over this way. The Lexion is the same thing. It puts out a massive windrow of straw. Now he's also taken 45 feet, but it's a bit flatter and a bit wider. A couple more to go here. Actually, sorry, I won't be able to do it here. I'll show you this when I get over to the far side there. But anyways, so that's been what we've been doing. Losses has been both combines' biggest issues from a speed standpoint. And we were running the rotors up and down, doing a bunch of things that way, and we got it kind of dialed in the best we can. Ideal's doing 14 and a little bit acres an hour. The Claas is running 12. But I think what it comes down to is it's not necessarily the capacity of the combine, it's how much straw is going through. And again, based on us running the losses part of it, we just can't go any faster without kicking anything out the back. And that's the important part for these guys. It's the important part for everybody is to keep the seeds in the machine. But you can see here, this wheat is waist high. So there is a lot of product going through these two machines, and they're kicking out a ton of straw. I obviously worked in these combines it was over 10 years. In some way or form, kind of built the Lexion brand in Ontario, and they're still pretty dear to my heart as to what they are. Obviously, I'm not selling them anymore, but they're still a pretty damn good combine. So they bought this from me. I think it's 3.5 or 4 years now, and it's an 8800. They're running a 45-foot MacDon on the front, and this thing has been a beast for them. Well, here, you can see the windrow. So this is the windrow. So it's a bit more peaked shape than what the Fendt is. So we did the loss checks. Both machines are throwing anything chaff or sieves off to the side. So we were literally just testing rotor loss. And then we would do an actual test where we were just dropping the chaff as well so that we could just see how much total loss we had between the two of them. And they were both identical. There was no difference between them at all. So another comparison would be Claas has a 520 bushel bin, 5.2 bushels a second unload. We've got a 485 on the Ideal, 6 bushels a second unload. It's tit for tat. So while I'm thinking about it here, waiting for the machines to come back down so I can shoot some more footage, the difference between these two combines, it's not just a brand name Claas, Fendt, Ideal, Claas Lexion. It's actually how it runs down the middle. So on the Claas combine, there are 3 cylinders, and that's right above where the track is. So 1, 2, 3. And then from that point back over the tires are 2 rotors. So they're using the cylinders to thresh all the grain out. You can set it at whatever speed you want to. Then the rotors grab it and take it. You can set it to whatever speed you want it to there, and it's just doing the separating. It's doing what the old straw walkers used to do on the old 9610 or 9500 John Deere combines. The Ideal, before I go to that, your 3 cylinders take up about 6 feet. And then you've got 2 13-foot rotors behind it. The Ideal, it is running twin rotors in this Ideal 8. The Class 7 is a single, but the 8, 9, and 10 are all duals, but they're 16-foot long rotors. And where I think the potential for Claas to have any issue is the aggressiveness of what those cylinders up front can do, especially in some specialty beans and stuff. I think potentially the Ideal, having the twin screws and being a little bit more gentle throughput, might have a little bit better chance of being able to deal with some of those sensitive beans and stuff like that. I don't know until we actually run them side by side this year, and I'm hoping that we're going to get a chance to do that. So also one of the questions that was asked today, they're running the John Deere Globe. You can see it here on the top that they're running. Agri GPS builds the bridge for the Claas. Been using it for years. They also do one for the Ideal, so we can run that as well. I do have Field View running in this machine, so at least they can get some data management back off of it to be able to do their field management with the yield and everything like that. But that's running in the machine there for that sort of thing. So whatever anybody wants to run Deere or some other type of thing like that, we can definitely do that in this machine, just like we can with the tractors. So I think they're gonna run, there's a little bit left here, maybe 5 acres. I'm gonna move them over to another field that's, I don't know, 35 or 40. The 2 of them can finish it before the end of the day. And then they're gonna run the combines back to the shop just up the street here. They didn't feel with it safe staying in the field, so they're gonna run it back to the shop. And yeah, we'll start back here again tomorrow. I got another one that we've got to drive 30 minutes back to the west, and we'll run there instead. So yeah, sorry I didn't get quite as much video as I did yesterday. But these machines are rocking, they're doing a great job, and it was sure interesting to see the differences between the 2 companies, even though we're comparing a Class 10 to a Class 8. But they're still doing great jobs, and they're still getting the acres covered, which is all that matters. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe down below. Happy to answer any questions you have. Throw them down in the comments section, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.